Why do you continue to ignore this and lie about this in your public comments?
Well, my question, why do you continue to lie about people being lit on fire in subways or pushed in front of trains? You should be fighting to make sure your subways are safe.
Our subways
you want people to ride subways, let's make subways safe.
Reclaiming my time.
Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're digging into a fierce clash between federal transportation officials and members of Congress over New York City's subway system and congestion pricing. If you're a commuter, taxpayer, or just care about how cities evolve, this debate has massive implications. Make sure to hit subscribe for full breakdowns of moments like this.
Secretary Duffy, as recently as last week, you again attacked the MTA, claiming there's a surge in subway assaults and accusing the agency of withholding information. But many of your statements misrepresent the facts and ignore documentation already provided to your department. I want to address some of those claims directly. First, are you aware that major crime in the transit system, including assaults, is down 3% since last year and down 8% since 2019?
Well, I would say
that's a yes or no question.
Well, no, that's wrong. The assaults that we've seen are up 60% with MTA in the system since 2019.
Why do you continue to ignore this and lie about this in your public comments?
Well, my question, why do you continue to lie about people being lit on fire in subways or pushed in front of trains? You should be fighting to make sure your subways are safe.
Our subways
you want people to ride subways, let's make subways safe.
Reclaiming my time. Our subways are safe, and I gave you the statistics.
They're wrong.
Second of all, you claimed earlier this year that there was no study of traffic impacts before the implementation of the congestion relief program. Are you aware that in 2023, your office received a nearly 4,000-page environmental assessment that thoroughly analyzed traffic patterns, transit operations, and environmental impacts in detail?
Are you aware that your governor did not want to move forward?
I asked if your question. Are you aware that you got?
Pricing,
are you aware that?
Want the electorate to know that?
Answer my question. Are you aware that you got that 4,000-page environmental assessment?
That went to the last.
Yes or no?
To the last administration, they got it.
You got it. If so, why do you continue to deny its existence?
I haven't denied any existence.
Okay. Secretary Duffy, as you know, your attempt to revoke
you're mischaracterizing what my complaint has been. That our roads are not for the elitists, the ones who have money or someone pays for their vehicle to drive into a cordoned area. I believe everyone has a right to use our roads.
Secretary,
so if you can't afford because
Secretary
you're poor,
Duffy,
why should you be excluded from driving into the city of New York?
Reclaiming my time. Mr. Secretary, as you know, your attempt to revoke the MTA's congestion pricing approval came after the program had already undergone a full NEPA review and was formally cleared by the Federal Highway Administration. Can you identify a single precedent under any Republican or Democratic administration for unilaterally rescinding approval of a program like this after it completed the full environmental review process?
So the example is that you have never had a cordon pricing situation like this.
Yes, there have been. What do you call the New Jersey Turnpike?
There's a road right next to it. Every road we have, you can take an additional road to access your point of destination. You're lying. Don't call me a liar here.
I'm calling you a liar because you've lied continually.
This is the one area where you have to pay $9 every single day to access Manhattan. That doesn't exist anywhere else.
Every single program where you have tolled highways is under the same
Why don't we
program.
Fight for the people who can't afford to pay that pricing? Why shouldn't everyone have access to the city? And if you're going to force people into a subway, make sure it's safe. Very simple.
It's safe. I gave you the statistics.
I gave you the stats.
Well, your statistics are wrong.
It's not just about whether crime is up. It's what kind of crime, where, and how it's being reported. When public figures cherry-pick numbers, they can mislead even if technically true. It's your right to know the full picture. Don't forget, subscribe if you want the real data unpacked without the spin. Next up, congestion pricing. Critics of the MNT plan say it unfairly burdens working-class drivers who can't afford the $9 toll to enter Midtown Manhattan. Secretary Duffy argues it disproportionately affects those without wealthy connections or subsidized vehicles. But then comes the counterpunch. A representative points out that the Federal Highway Administration already approved the plan after a 4,000-page environmental review. That's a massive federal assessment, detailing traffic flow, transit impact, and environmental consequences. Key fact: the program went through the full NEP and National Environmental Policy Act process and was cleared. The legal basis to revoke it unilaterally is murky and largely unprecedented. This is more than a toll. This is about the future of city traffic, emissions reduction, and class access. But the debate reveals something deeper. Who gets to shape transportation policy? Local agencies or federal officials? Subscribe if you're following how transit, climate, and class collide. Tensions boiled over when the lawmaker accused Secretary Duffy of lying about subway safety and toll programs. Duffy pushed back, rejecting the claim, but the tone had shifted from policy to personal. When public servants exchange accusations like you're lying, the actual policy discussion can get drowned out by drama. But underneath the heat, there are legitimate questions. Is subway crime being reported accurately? Should all roads be toll-free? Can urban policy serve both climate goals and low-income communities? Subscribe for analysis beyond the shouting. We'll keep digging into who's shaping your city and how. This clash shows how facts, feelings, and frustrations blend in debates over public safety and urban fairness. Whether you're a subway rider, car commuter, or just someone who cares about how cities grow, this story isn't going away. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay on top of policy fights that affect real lives.